Hey everybody, welcome back into the broadcast today of You Are Enough, and I'm your host, Prophetess Nikki. Your enemies are confused. That's right. Your enemies are confused. You know why your enemies are confused? And God will always have your enemies to be confounded and confused and ashamed, scratching their heads, trying to figure out what in the world is going on. Your enemies are confused because they didn't know how powerful that your praise is. They don't know how powerful that your worship is. You know, the word of God tells us that God inhabit the praises of his peoples. You listen, when the praises go up, blessings surely do come down. So don't let the devil take your praise and don't let the enemy take your worship. Your enemies are confused. They can't understand how they can have you surrounded, how they can have you boxed in. You think about your enemies, you're in the middle and they formed a circle around you. Now they think you are boxed in with no way out, with no way escape. Let me tell you something. Your praise and your worship is going to always confuse your enemies because God will always go before you and make a crooked place straight. Every way, in every place in your life that the enemy has tried to block it, tried to stop it, tried to hinder it, tried to prevent it, tried to frustrate the plan and the will of God for your life, it'll never be so. They're confused because God will always work things together for your good, family. You got to know who you are. We say it all the time on our channel. You have to know who you are and you have to know who you belong to. You serve a powerful God. You serve a God that can do anything but fail. God specializes in impossibilities. What people can't do, God can. Your enemies are confused and your enemies are ashamed. Your enemies are feeling foolish. Your enemies are feeling weak because they are. And the only strength that the enemy can have is how we empower the enemy, thinking that he has power more than what he has. The enemy only has power that God gives. What kind of enemy is that? He has to ask for permission to touch you. They're confused because when the enemy think they have you, God will create another way for you to get out of it. When your life looks like it's not going to get up from that place, and people are so sure that you failed and you won't soar and you won't get back on your feet, God said, yes, just keep watching. See, this is why sometimes God doesn't shut the mouth of your enemies. He wants them to talk. He wants them to laugh. He wants them to mock you. He allows them to scoff you. Why? He can stop it if he wants, of course. But why does God do it? Because God know your end. God know the end that you're going to have. And you're going to have a good end. God said in Jeremiah 29:11, he said, I know the plans and the thoughts that I have for you. They're not of evil. They're not to harm you, but they're to give you a hope and an expected end. Your enemies are ashamed. And your enemies, family, are confused. Because when they left you, family, on red, it looked like you would stay in that place. When it looked like you were in a bottomless pit, when you were in sinking sand, like it was no other way for you to come out of that, God said, I will go before you and make every crooked place straight. God will prepare a table for you, family, in the presence of your enemies. And that's exactly what God is doing in your life. God is preparing a table for you right in the presence of your enemies. To the people who thought you were nothing, to the people who thought you was nobody, let them think it, family. You have to learn to let people think what they think about you, because at the end of the day, people are going to say what they want to say. They're going to have that opinion, but their opinion doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's what God says about you. It's who God says that you are that is most important. You confuse your enemy, and you will always have your enemies confused when you praise and when you worship. Why? Because God steps down and God gets involved in your situation. I don't care what it is, begin to praise and begin to worship, because God is going to step in. Hashtag it. God is stepping in. God is going to step in your situation, family. He's going to turn it around. And he's not just going to turn it around. He's going to turn it around for your good. He's going to get the glory out of it. You may be crushed. You may be broken. But God said, I'm drawing close to you. Everybody who's of a broken spirit, of a contrite spirit, God said, I draw close to that person. Your enemies are confused because they thought they had your family. They thought that was it. They thought you wouldn't get out of it. They thought they destroyed you. They didn't destroy you. They made you, family. You are a child of the King. You can't be destroyed. Your life is not in the hands of the enemy. Your life is in the hands of God. He's the author. He's the finisher of your faith. And don't you ever forget it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in daily on our broadcast of You Are Enough. Don't forget to get your copy of the book, Becoming a Master of Divine Consciousness. You can get it in any online platform, in ebook and paperback format. Like the videos for me, family, because it gives me an opportunity to reach souls who are hurting and broken, who've never heard our messages. So if you want to give back to the ministry, continue to pray and hit that like button for me, and go to the back of the YouTube page and support the Amazon store. I'm telling you, your enemies is the least of your worries. Your enemies, they're done. And your life is just beginning. Their life is over as they know it, and your life is just beginning. Your enemies has promoted you, family, to a different level of your life. I'm excited. Give me your testimonies. We'll talk later.